I'm at 75. Look at that. Oh, look at that. What's that figure behind it? Look at that head. Oh, look at this one. That little point in that head interests me a lot. Lou! Wow. They're all down there. They're all down there, man. And I just caught this huge pointed head way down there. If the black spot was way down there, it would be about 400 feet or more. And I zoomed in. But some of the things that I noticed, hey you guys, this is Dazzle U. I have caught Bigfoot on video before. I have some DIY and some other projects too. 10 things I told you about other things without making a story about you, and that's why I do Dazzle U. Looks like two eyes. Down there at the end of the trail. They always seem to distance themselves as the perfect distance from your eyesight. I had to break this out. I'm getting used to it, but look at the red eyes. It's covered. Does have some. Look at those glowing. Lou! That's my call. It's an open area down there. Looks interesting. Looks very interesting. I've seen some leaves, but this one kind of has two red eyes. It looks like it's enough. Anything around it interesting? Is it just too close, maybe? What I'm doing? Kind of looks like they're glowing a little bit. Well, it might just be a plant right there. A lot of times they have a little leaf or something in front of their eyes. They kind of like move a stick where they're at. Looks like it's gleaming from the sun, the leaf. Didn't look like two red eyes though for a while. Does look like something green. Got another one. they just knocked. They're getting violent. What is that leg I'm looking at? They just knock loud. I haven't heard a thing all day and they just knocked. What is this leg I'm looking at? What is that right there? That's scary. So dark, wet out here. We cannot get anywhere. I lost the one. There's some stuff over there. Gotta keep an eye on these guys here. Here's a little formation. Look at this guy. Something crossed up. Is that a guy in there? Look at that. Disguised. All crossed up on his head. Look at that. Some orangey and gleaming. It's the different things that does look like a face. Wow, this is scary. That's a big one. A big old head. Down this trail. This is an open corridor off the side of a trail. I just want to zoom right down in there. 75. I'm at 75. Look at that. Oh, look at that. What's that figure behind it? Look at that head. Oh, look at this one. That little point in that head interests me a lot. Lou! Wow. They're all down there. They're all down there, man. I'm like, yeah, let's go walking down there. I got the scope. I can just see. I'm looking at little kind of like a guys in there. See if we move, but we can totally see a nose and one eye, and I usually cover an eye. And this guy does lose him. He's moving around. Look at that big thing. That thing's huge. That's a stick or something. I don't know. I'm seeing shapes, but I'm seeing something else in front of that. These things are great. I have to keep an eye on them. I'll come back here in a minute. Alright, so this is the place. Here's another interesting black spot figure on the left here. I don't know if I should move it or not. See it with that leaf over it on the left. Of course not in the light, but right. That moved. Right there in the middle. It's hard to tell, guys, but this thing sure is helping out. You can see SMXs in the background. So historic, we have a mill, we have other things. I caught some action. They were knocking down here. So I found these footsteps walking in a big, huge one, and it was like a dirt clod looking one. But I looked where they'd be like right in front of it, not to the side, like in a straight line, about 9 to 12 feet up, and there was another one and another one in the water. It looked like it was just using the National Forest Trail as its own little path, and all this water is coming across the trail every couple hundred feet, crossing across. There's so much water out here. I couldn't even out walk even down here. So as we look around, there's a whole, what's that thing? Right there, see it? Like it. A lot of cool stuff to look on down this trail. It's protecting me from walking down there, wasting energy, doing other things. The trail is right here, and I just caught this huge pointed head way down there. If the black spot was way down there, it would be about 400 feet or more. And I zoomed in. But some of the things that I noticed, hey guys, this is Dazzle U. I have caught Bigfoot on video before. I have some DIY and some other projects too. 10 things I told you about other things without making a story about you, and that's why I do Dazzle U. So anyways, as you all know, I've caught some amazing Bigfoot footage, and I came up here to mess around today, and it's been flooded on every trail and every place I go to. I've had some hard times lately, had some things happen, I don't want to get into it, but anyhow, the trails are flooded. But some of the things I noticed out here were the cabbage grass. So like I like to say the 5 elements. So the 5 things that I noticed about this trail, and this big head and some other possibles that I saw down there, and you saw it, red glowing eyes, some weird turquoise stuff going on, this big pointed head, this leg. When I was looking at that point, it was down in the left corner of the leg, and every time I looked around, saw something else, and I just came off the side of this trail. So the 5 things I noticed, one, it has history. My favorite thing, it's an old mill. And I want to do a story. I didn't locate the old mill and walk far enough. The other one has a lumber mill. So the old mill, element 1, history that's combined with the things like, was there lumber yard, something, a mill, or some history, or cemetery that's something ghostly or whatever, make them, you know, into that. The second thing is, number 2, is I noticed that the creeks run north to south, whereas in Florida they run east to west, because the river system flows north and south. So the creeks run east to west out towards the beaches, whereas up here they're running north and south on the north side. So lots of water, and down there's a trail system where the creeks combined, and there's actually an island. So if I was a real Bigfooter and I had the superpower to get down there in 4 creeks, there's an island we can get to, and if you can notice some stuff, I'm sure you can do some great Bigfoot footage. So element 2, 1, history. 2, the creeks, the water. 3, well, there's this stuff here. It's actually, they like to refer to it as a bamboo grass, and I've seen this in 2 or 3 places. Not my biggest sighting, but I have seen it in some of my sightings. Flora and fauna, you know, the flowers are plenty. So there is this cabbage grass stuff, and there's also a lot of these things. And what they say in Expedition Bigfoot, when they get up on the hilltops, you know, that they love these things. Not only that, with the roots of this grass, everything else, this stuff's pretty cabbagey itself, is all pretty good. So you walk down this trail, flora and fauna 3. So we have the history, flora and fauna. We have the waters and why they run down here. You know, and we go down the list, the floor, it's been flooded. Everything's been flooded, and there's water everywhere. Down this whole path, every 100 feet, there's water going across it. And there's a whole lot of it. So if they like water, it's all down there. And then, you know, you have the history of Timuquana, the sightings, which ain't but a couple 200 miles out towards the beach that way. And then another thing I noticed, 5, is just awfully quiet. I hear no birds. With all this water, I expect to hear birds, all kinds of stuff going off. Maybe they moved down there towards closer to the water. That's where everybody's hanging out. Pulled off on the side of this corridor, pulled out my scope here. And it's been a lot of fun, saved me a whole lot of effort. And with the SV-Bony, I was able to zoom down, pick it up, and zoom down this corridor here, and pick up that pointy head guy, some other particulars. That's what I was looking at. So that's the 5 elements: the flora, the fauna, the history, the water connections, the sightings. And then the days off, the days when nobody expects. Is it walkable? I don't know if you would agree or not agree. it's walkable, would they be coming closer to us? Well, if they're making structures off on the sides of the roads, asking us to come look at them, saying that they're spectacle, maybe they do come closer. Other people say, well, yeah, with the more water, the further and further they can get and further and further away. So both could be true. But that's where I caught the big guy at, looks like. And made some knocks. Nothing else. I'm gonna get away. It's a mill. And mills and lumber yards are great. In old history, they try to continue to make a trail out of it. I noticed the creeks up here go north to south from Georgia into Florida, whereas in Florida they go east to west out towards the side. So they go sideways. So our main river system flows north instead of south because it goes out with the tide. And then the creeks go east to west off of that. Up here they go north and south and flow down. So I notice a lot of differences. I don't know what that is. It looks like the little back of something. Did I lose it? No. Different perspective. There's an X I keep looking at. There might not be much else. Oh, there's a structure. Oh, look at this one. TP'd up in there. Right there. Right there. It looks like power plant thing. Looks like the power plant thing they built. That's way back there. Something else maybe. We'll check some other spots out. I'm just getting used to it. I'll catch it more level soon enough. Is he covered up in there? Yeah. Look at those turquoise eyes again. I don't know what's up with that. Seeing reds, turquoise eyes. Almost looks like teeth down in there. What are you guys doing? Crazy. This guy's creeping me out. What I saw here, this log. Eye looking things. What's all that little glitter in there? Looks very strange. Look. That turquoise kind of stuff. Maybe some kind of inside structure. The story of this is a mill. Some kind of a mill. It was an old mill.